Well, like I was saying, I didn't take the car to get washed. So I gotta take it to get washed today. Well, right now, after I take my daughter to school. So that's what I'm doing. This isn't an Uber video or nothing like that. I just enjoy taking her to school, picking her up, being able to go to events, award ceremonies, and all. I have a son that's older. I tried to attend all his stuff and do good, but at that time, I was younger. I was really grinding, really brainwashed, thinking like, oh, a 9 to 5 or, having a job that I'd be able to, support him and show him that he could, be a productive citizen in society without doing crime to make money. But I'm over that. He's older now. He's in his early 20s. And I was off work from construction, off and on for like 5 years. Work was spotty for me. But this last year, for an entire year straight, the company I was working for, I didn't work for. So I started going to the gym in the mornings, living my life, taking my daughter to school, eating whatever I wanted to eat, Panera for breakfast and whatever, homemade food for breakfast and all, and just being free. Like, I realized how much freedom I had. Yeah, it was rough financially, and people would think and say that was the perfect time to start your own business and all. Yeah, if you have a, sponsor or somebody supporting you. But like I said, work wasn't good. So how could I start my business? Well, I could have taken out a loan. But anyway, the thing about Uber came to me as that, driving for Uber Eats. It's not my own private business, but it is I'm a self-contractor. I'm my own contractor. I make my own hours. The flexibility. And this isn't an Uber Eats commercial or whatever, but, I'm just sharing. I'm driving, taking my daughter to school. She doesn't talk to me that much when we're driving to school, sometimes. But we'll talk after school when I'm driving her. And you just, since you're tuned into my channel, you'll get to hear and meet and see, what type of person I am. And I'm not promoting, to drive for Uber Eats. I'm just sharing my chronicles, my experience. Family members and people, they contact me requesting, a loan or money or something like that. And I'm doing this, hitting the streets, pounding the pavement. Eventually, I think I want to have a hot dog cart or some type of food thing, which I won't go into details because people can listen here, not share, not like, not subscribe, but take my idea. So I won't go into detail, but a hot dog cart is a general statement. So if you want to run with that, you can. But yeah, something like that. I broke it down to my daughter, marketing, sales, import, export, those are the big things. Well, they'll say the stock market, but all four of those are the big things of business, big business, right? So if Starbucks, McDonald's, whoever, any franchise or whatever are already billionaires, already in business, they do their own marketing, right? They have commercials, they have this, they have us buying all their food, telling everybody about it. So all that groundwork is already done. I'm just the middleman, actually, and picking up the orders, taking them to people, and getting paid and getting tips. I could see as a bonus, but they're just tips. But yeah, I'm driving my daughter to school, being cautious. It gets crazy around here. Around this intersection, it's busy. Big intersections, the train is here, the metro. I don't know if people drink alcohol in the morning instead of coffee, but road rage is in effect. people are not courteous, so in their driving habits, it spills over. They're the same. They're like rude. And that isn't my best coffee cup. I forgot where I got that from, but don't come for me for my coffee cup. I'm not from Arizona. Nothing against Arizona. But yeah, people, they have this thing that if they think their car is better than yours or costs more, or if it's faster, which I'm in a 4-cylinder, I want to say, a Honda 4-cylinder. What they do is, I want to say they cut you off. You know, if they're in front of you, they cut you off. They'll cut you off. They'll get in front of you without signaling, and then the next turn they make with no car behind them, they'll signal, right? So they'll cut you off, get in front of you, and then let's say they're gonna make a right-hand turn. It's nobody behind them or nothing like that. They'll turn the signal on. Or if they're gonna make a left, but they cut you off because they're in a, I'm not even gonna promote what kind of car they're in because we know what kind of car they're driving, but they seem like, in their mind, their car is faster, they're better, you know. It's like classism to me. But just, you can't tell, you know, you can't tell somebody, you can't read somebody or judge somebody by what type of car they drive, unless you know their story or you know who they are or what they have. People people ride bikes. A millionaire will ride a bike. If they're all into that, saving the air and saving the world, and all, they'll ride a bike to work, bro. Not a motorcycle, like a bike. It might be an expensive bike, like a $2,500, $5,000 bike frame, I don't know, but they'll ride a bike. So if they're riding a bike and you're in a $100,000 car that you can't afford, right? You don't have the title. You're paying a car note, probably $1,200 a month. So that's my point. Are you better than the guy or the woman that's riding a bike? No, you're just emotional and driving crazy and, but enough of that. We're like halfway to school. For sure, this video is going to go to YouTube because it's becoming longer than I imagined. And of course, I won't do it every day. But it seems random, but I just wanted to share a few things about timing. I went to pay my tags on this car, I want to say 2 weeks ago. They were 2 to 3 months behind. I had to pay tickets. I had other bills pending and piling up. So I drove the other car. So when we went to go pay them, where you could pay them somewhere at a grocery store and get them the same day, the computer or the machine that you do it didn't work. So we actually had to just go online and pay at the DMV, and they said it would take 21 days. So I'm like, damn, whatever, 21 days. And it was like 10, 11. But if you've watched this entire video, the point is, the tags came 2 days ago. And yesterday, I found out on the car I've been driving that the power steering, not fluid, because it's a newer car, it needs a power steering charge or a power steering something to that effect. So I got to take it to my mechanic, got to call a dealer and see if it's covered, and then take it to my mechanic and see what he can do about it. But it's just timing, I'm glad my tags came. I just have to wash this car, and continue on my marathon. I appreciate everybody that's gonna subscribe to my channel, that's watching my channel, and the likes, to get my algorithm going. And I'm gonna post. I have a Twitter, I have a TikTok, I have an Instagram. Those things I would have to get with someone to add them to, on here or whatever. But right now I'm uploading more YouTube videos. Like I said on my first video of this week, I've had my channel for like 10 years. And I can't believe like there's people, I won't say where they are, but they're not out here in the world with us, and they're actually making money off talking, telling stories and whatever on YouTube. So I'm like, obviously if they can do it, and I'm in the free world, ding, 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 I'm gonna do it. So I wasn't gonna take this video until I dropped her off and all of this, and she got out the car, but I won't. I'm seeing that it's over 10 minutes, so I'll end it here, and I'll say, have a great day. Most things in life are about timing. I'll have to have me some intros and some outros to say like people have, but I don't have any right now. So I'll just say, have a great day, be safe, be alert, and be productive. Thanks for watching and listening.